Hey, Jason Small here with United Country Land Pros, here with Brian Atkins. We're talking about the We Know Dirt podcast here in the United Country Land Pros podcast room. We've got our new sign up. Looks pretty good. Here, just give an update on the market here, March 27th, 28th.
You're a little ways behind.
Oh, that's right.
We in April.
It's it is April.
We're
April
almost 29th here.
April 29th is tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got a meeting tomorrow. Anyway, time's going by pretty fast. Low on sleep. It's turkey season. Tyler and the boys are out trying to get some turkeys killed. We went this morning a little bit. Old boy and I did, and it's in full swing. It's a little bit tough. I guess some of the birds are. Seems like it got warm so early this year, and we didn't have the cold, crisp mornings like we normally have. I think they stayed grouped up. And, in our area over in the northeast corner of the state, it's been a little tougher. If you're on them, you're on them. But if you're not, I mean, it's tough. And I think the birds are getting more non-vocal. I think over time, talking to guys, I was talking to a buddy of mine a couple of days ago that we used to guide together and stuff. And the birds, he thought the same thing, that the birds aren't nearly as vocal as they used to be. And it makes sense with the predation, especially bobcats, the biggest thing, that they're not as vocal. There's times they will be. They get fired up and get hot. They gobble good. But there's times you'll go out and darn good and well that there's, 10 gobblers that are close and you won't hear a peep. And that's way different than the way it used to be, growing up. So, but it's been interesting. Guys are getting some killed. And Cooper killed a Jake there, second or third day of season or whatever, and smacked him with a 410. He's ready to go again now that second week started, so we'll probably go out in the morning and try to get one killed, and then we need to still go get some stuff on video. I know we're going to go to that 160, the auction piece, I guess real estate related. We wanted to go shoot a video on that, maybe trying to kill a turkey on that thing. I know you guys have some pretty good footage. You went out with Tyler and did some filming earlier.
Yeah.
Tyler worked his butt off and got a turkey in 25 yards, and somebody might have whiffed.
Big whiff.
A big whiff. That happens. Things like that happen, but
not once, but twice.
Yeah, second one's always a little tougher, but got a little impatient, I think, from the video. We're going to play that video here to watch this shot. So the bird was about 25 yards and swing and a miss just a bit outside. So that happens, though. It happens to everybody.
We had a good morning that morning, though. We had like 7 different birds gobbling that morning, and then we ended up moving farms there. And from the time we shut the truck door, Tyler had that bird within 14 minutes, within 25 yards of it.
Yeah.
And
when you fall in on top of them, sometimes it's just a matter of, the bird's hot. He's left his hens probably mid-morning or late morning or something like that. And you get in there. If you can get in there without getting spotted or heard or whatever else and call, sometimes it happens quick. A lot of times I used to be real bad about, I try to locate, and I pull in somewhere and walk a little ways and locate, and I wouldn't be next to cover. And I got myself busted more times than not. So I make sure now when I get in somewhere like that, I'm going to locate. I can sit down if I need to. I don't do it out in the middle of the wide open anymore.
I know that Tyler, we got a bunch of our buddies up from Arkansas. They got rain down there, so a lot of our buddies, our farming buddies, they got knocked out of the planting, so they all run up here to turkey hunt. And I think it was Saturday, Tyler said he had the best hunt. Saturday morning before he come met up with us, he said that he went on the best hunt he'd ever been on. They had 18 longbeards in the field, and he said there was another 25 different birds gobbling.
Yeah.
Literally, he said there was over 40 longbeards on that one farm right there. And but I know he's been
out a little farther west out in that Sullivan, Mercer,
Putnam. Yeah, there's plenty of birds over there.
Yeah,
plenty of birds.
There are definitely more turkeys over there than there is here. I know I went over and hunted with Tyler a couple of days last year, and it's there's definitely a better population of turkeys over that way. It makes a difference. I'm going to have to get back over there again this year too. And
Tyler, he got Brayley, his oldest daughter. She killed one. He got his wife one killed. I know he's got a bunch of them boys from Arkansas. They've all killed, and it's been a good start to the turkey expedition. We all waited. Me and Tyler both waited to take fourth season tags in Iowa, so we both got 2 tags each for fourth season.
I got to put in for that next year too.
And but yeah, so food plot stuff. We've got some corn planted for guys. Been getting some stuff sprayed and burned down, and got a lot more to do, but got a lot of fertilize on and all. But
the weather kind of got a little interesting there. We've got our beans planted, 150 acres of beans planted, and they're coming up. The early, I planted one about a week before the other, and they're all coming up pretty good, look pretty decent. But I know that it rained. We got a couple inches of rain there, and it's got stuff slowed down. I just talked to Kevin. He's rolling coal right now. I guess he's getting ready to start planting again. So it's time. There's some pretty severe weather supposed to be coming through today. If we get through with that, they're talking 80% chance of rain on Thursday or something. But it's time. It's time now. It's time to get going.
Like I've had a lot of our clients calling us. This is earlier than what any farmer out here has ever been planting and had this many acres planted. We've had weather like we typically don't have out here during the month of April.
That's what I was talking about, the turkey hunting. It got warm. It got warm early, and there's a lot of guys, and we had probably 2-3 weeks of good running. There's guys right now that are done.
Yeah, I know.
They're done, and they're starting to spray. And
last year, I didn't plant the first acre until April the 28th last year. But like I told a lot of my different guys that we do their food plots for, we still got plenty of time on food plots. Like, we've got plenty of time. Everybody thinks, well, the farmers are rocking and rolling, going, you need to get my food plots in. They don't understand. A lot of these guys, the beans that you planted, you're planting 2, 8, 3, 4 maturity beans. So they're ready to cut into August, beginning of September there.
Right. Yeah.
And to where what
food
we're
plots,
doing.
you don't necessarily want
food,
that way.
No, I told them we've still got plenty of time, but I have been trying to get around and get some of this stuff done and, just do it in a timely manner. But I'm still not convinced that we ain't going to have another cold snap.
Yeah.
I think that we might could see one more.
I'd say by this time that's pretty well over. I'd be shocked if we did. But you are going to put some – speaking of beans, we went and got some real world forage beans. You're going to try those this year. Yeah, you did a little bit last year.
Yeah,
right?
I've done some real. And what it is, it's not like they say that they're shatter resistant and all that. But I can just tell you what I did try last year. We put it for these smaller plots. They held the browse pressure a lot more, which we're up in the seed population and all. But it seemed like to where when a deer bit it off, it'd just sucker and keep on growing. But they don't make, you're not going to make the yield off of an ag bean. If I go out here on your farm and we plant 40 acres of real world and 40 acres of a regular ag bean, they're not going to make the yield that the regular ag bean is. Right. But for these guys that's wanting 2 and 3 acre plots that don't want to let's fence it, you got to try something.
The browse
you got
pressure.
To do something. But we're going to do a test this year. We're going to put some Eagle beans. We're going to put some real world, some ag beans, do it all right there together, and let's see what happens with them.
Yeah, and then I think some stuff too, mixing some corn and beans and interseeding.
We done that last year.
Trying to get some more stuff, and then I think going in on your 30-inch rows and broadcasting, the end of July or middle of July, and broadcasting, or maybe even before that, broadcast some turnips and radishes into those beans, into those green beans. And we did it a few years ago and had a lot of luck with it. So it's going great guns on the food plot side of things, and
been busy with the real estate stuff. Like last week was perfect. There was some good days in there to plant, but I know we was showing farms all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday, and then of course the first day that we don't have one to show, it comes in and rains, and but yeah, the real estate side's been busy. It started out good.
Yeah, I know we got that 107 under contract last week and closed 76 today, and
closed 76 on Friday. We closed 80 up in Iowa today. We got another one over in Mercer County closing Wednesday, one in Harrison County Thursday, and then we got another one in Mercer Monday. They rolling right on along.
Taya's she's got a closing house up there in north of Wayland, closes to Wednesday. So we got quite a bit of stuff going on. Really need some listings. We're at the point now where it's time to we've
got buyers. It's just like how hard my guys that I'm looking for in Iowa right now, and we shaking the bush, but just ain't got nothing to fall for us yet. But I will say, when I was showing that 107 last week, that's the best showing I've ever been on in my career. It was like we pulled up, unloaded the side-by-side, we drove up to the cabin, got out, slammed the door on the side-by-side, old turkey lit off, gobbled right there to the west of us. So we looked at the cabin, Drove around. I drove him to a food plot. Bam. 70-inch shed laying right there in the food plot, clean too. And it was funny because the gentleman's wife, she said, "Did you plant this here?" And I looked at her and I called you. I said, "Hey, well, we had these cameras on this farm. See if you can find this deer." You sent the picture right over. And she said, "Well, you know, you a good salesman. Pull up in a turkey gobbling and now show us a deer like this and find this horn." And
Yeah.
I told her it was one of the best showings I've ever had. And
Yeah, it's a good farm. That's a good
it's a
farm.
killing
and
farm.
It is.
It's a killing farm.
It's going to be good for them, and it fits a lot what they're looking for. Good place to come and kill a deer and turkey, and kill a nice deer. I mean, it's a pretty good area up there towards Stall, north of Novinger. So excited about that. We've got an auction coming up.
Yep.
I saw we've got some more registered bidders on that thing, and it's still cheap. I think it's under, it closes May 15th.
May 15th, yep.
So we got a couple weeks left to go, and I think right now the bidding is just short of $3,000 an acre, so everybody can get in there and bid on it. Good farm.
That's a good farm. Really good hunting farm. It really, like, if someone comes and goes on that farm and could have one of us go out there with them and just show them from the time that we was able to put up cameras on it in January with no food, I know that's a killing farm.
I'll say that when I've been to it a couple times now, and when I first went, looked at it on the aerial, it wasn't like it was that appealing. I didn't think it was as good as it is, and then I got on it, and I liked it quite a bit better when I was on the farm. It's got a nice pond on it. It's got a pretty good pinch down there where they put the crossing in to be able to, you set a rifle stand there and cover a bunch of the traffic up and down those draws in there.
And turkeys, every time we've been on it. I don't care when you
covered
drive
turkeys.
on it. That's what the seller told us, that we was welcome to go film a turkey hunt. And that's why we're going to try to slip over there. We was hoping to go last week, but we just stayed so busy showing farms. I mean, we was all going
So check
every
that
direction.
out. It's Adair County, 160 acres, and it's between Greencastle and Novinger on the south side of Highway 6.
Literally 15, 16 minutes from Kirksville. Maybe 20 minutes, 15, 16 miles.
Something real close to that. Super nice farm. So check that thing out, and still got, what else do we have? We've got for sale that's
We're running out of stuff right now, but I've got that Mercer 60. That is a really good farm. Like, it's one that me and Tyler's personally had leased, so it kind of stung whenever the seller called and said that he wanted to. He was going to sell it, and but I know a 2 deer that Tyler let go over there. Banking on this year, but that farm, south access. Can't see over to the north from the road. It's one of them what we call a killing farm. All your bedding's to the north and to the east, and got good income on it. Legit income, legitimate cash rent. Like, it's not one of them deals where it's going to be $250 an acre on a 3-year deal
and gone in a year.
If you even get it then. But
good neighborhood, good neighborhood over there.
Not far from Iowa, a couple miles from Iowa, and. But it's a good farm to look at, especially for like a satellite farm or something. It's going to pay you. It's got, I think it's right at $8,000 or just over $8,000 of income on it.
Yeah. So go in there and pay it. It'll pay for you. Pay for some of your hunting. Pays the taxes and pays more than the taxes. Taxes are probably $3 or $4 an acre at the most on that thing.
I want to say they was even cheaper than that. It was like $150 or something
at the most. Which is people all the time. You tell them what the taxes are on farms here, and they're like, you can't hardly believe it for how cheap.
But Tyler, he killed one on it this past year. Old junk buck, short tine, real wide 10-pointer, and passed 2 other good deer, and but I don't think we hunted it but 3 times total. Like, it's one of them. It's a lot of deer stay on it. And again, it just, if you was to leave the food, we didn't even have no food to leave. The farmer. He wasn't one that would work with us on food, which we don't own it, But now there's a different farmer on it. But we had a little green plot on it, and it's a really good farm. But we got that, and then anybody that's looking for a nice house in Iowa, I've got 11 acres right over here close to Lake Sundown. With a nice, updated, fully renovated house.
Yeah, that was one of the nicer, probably the nicest older house that I've been in. Everything. No stone untouched. They took the old barn siding and they redid all the flooring with the barn
Yep.
siding. It was cool. It was a cool place.
All new everything
Guest
in it.
and a guest house besides that, and you can see the dam at Lake Sundown from
Yes,
the,
you
from the
can.
back porch. Nice garage, and then a barn that's right there too. A little pond.
Garage
It's
is heated and cooled too. But
super nice place, just north of Unionville, Iowa.
Yeah.
And we've got the 180 acres in Schuyler County. That's a cattle farm. It'd been farmed when I sold it to the guy in 2016. He took it out of production. He's got some pretty good fence on it. Runs cows on there now. It's short of 180. It's going to be like 173, I believe. We cut a piece of it off, and then it's got a hog building as well. 1,000 head hog unit. Nice pond on it. It's got, there's a little bit of hunting on it, but it can be put back into production or left in. Cattle are high right now. It's their next level high. So anybody looking for a good row crop farm or a pasture farm with that income producing on the hog building side of things, that's a pretty good deal over there too. What else do we got?
We got a few pocket listings too. Like
yeah,
I know of one right over here, not far east, that close to Rutledge. Nice farm, cabin on it, cistern system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a farm in Knox County we've been working on, a little 40-acre timber tract.
Yeah.
Got a pretty good white oak value on it. We should have it coming here in the next couple months.
That 40-acre piece, that's gonna be as soon as it comes down the pipeline here.
Yeah.
I think it'll go pretty quick.
It's a good farm. It's just you don't find all timber tract, not just brush. It's timber. Got
and
a
it's
pond
right
on
on the Scotland County line, pretty much.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you say? Like,
I think what I measured, it's 3-4 miles from Terry Drury's farm there, something like that through the country. So it's in a good location, but it's coming soon. Not ready to do anything with it yet, but we've got some other pocket listings. So if you're looking for something, give us a call. If we don't have it, we'll find it. But we are needing some listings. I mean, we've got way more buyers right now than sellers, and the market's been pretty good, and it's going to slow down a little. In July, it always does. June, July are going to get a little slower. So it's time. Right now it's time. You can see farms really good right now. Finding a few ticks.
A few's an understatement. This is one of the worst years I've ever seen.
It got warm so fast. Yeah, we needed to freeze to kill some of them.
Yeah.
But that's it. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to hit on today. April 28th.
Give us a comment on your opinion of how bad this miss is on this turkey.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind, 25 yards in the wide open, and even though it looks like he's behind a cedar tree from the guy videoing, just know this boy had nothing but wide open and shoots the cedar tree. So just give us a comment and let us know know your opinion on it.
Yeah, everybody's done it, but everybody hasn't done it on video. That's the difference.
That is the catch.
Anyway, if you want to check out anything we have on as far as listings, check those listings out. Check that auction out, the www.winodirt.net. You can give us a call at the office at 660-465-2971. What's your cell phone number?
641-208-0724. And follow us on social media. You can check us out on TikTok, Facebook, and follow along with all of our content that we're putting out.
YouTube. So, all right. Well, sounds good. We'll see you.